We are about 4 minutes away from our start time. So, a warm welcome to everyone who has joined us here today. If you're joining us just now, please take a moment to rename yourself with your name, followed by the city or country that you're joining us from. And also, if you would like to share in the chat, whether you're new to meditation, whether you have some experience, and you can vote newbie or seasoned yogi in the chat. And throughout this entire session, we encourage everyone to use the Zoom feature. Give us a thumbs up, give us a like, give us a wave if you're excited for today's workshop. And your energy and enthusiasm would be amazing. It's contagious, and we love to have that all throughout the workshop. We are about 2 minutes away from our start time, so we'll get started shortly. I'm still seeing a lot of Zoom chat messages being directly sent only to my ID. Uh, if you are comfortable, you can share that with everyone in the group. What you can do is in the Zoom chat, there's an option to send to everyone in the meeting or to a specific person. So maybe that's only selected to my name, and that's why only I'm receiving it. But if you're comfortable, feel free to send it to the entire group. And thank you for all of those who shared where they are from, whether they are a newbie or a seasoned yogi. Really appreciate all of those. Okay, I am seeing folks joining us from Utah, from Phoenix, from Connecticut. Welcome to all. I'm seeing some folks join us from Ireland. That's really nice. Welcome. And there's a mix. There's a couple of newbies to the question asked. There's a couple of yogis, seasoned yogis in the chat. Really happy to have you all and welcome here. We are about 1 minute away from getting started. And those of you who are joining us just now, if you would like to rename yourself to your name and the city or country that you're from, uh, that would be really appreciated. All right, let's get started. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome, everyone. We're excited to see all of you joining us for our workshop on Soulful Yoga Beyond the Asanas. My name is Yash. I'm one of your hosts, along with Shilpa and Rahul. So, June 21st, which was yesterday, that is marked as the International Day of Yoga across the world. It is fascinating to us that most of the focus on the Yoga Day is on the asanas or the physical postures. We also see a lot of images, a lot of posts from celebrities doing yogasanas or the physical postures. So it is extremely timely for us to talk about soulful yoga. In the next 1 hour, we will go deeper into some important topics. Shilpa is a certified yoga instructor. She will dive into yoga, its true meaning and potential. Rahul will share information about Himalayan Samarpan Meditation. And I will come back at the end to talk about practical steps that each one of us can take starting tomorrow to find balance and peace in our lives. And this session is not just talk. We will be practicing meditation together because experiencing is believing. Throughout this entire session, if you have any questions that come to your mind, you don't have to wait till the end. You can post your questions in the chat as you think of them. Our volunteers are working behind the curtain, and we have a Q&A session later, so we'll address all the questions at that time. Now, let us get started. I'm excited to welcome Shilpa. Shilpa, over to you.
Hello, everyone. I am Shilpa from Irvine, California, feeling really excited to be here today and share some key aspects of yoga. Yoga has helped me immensely in life. Before being drawn to holistic practices, I was working for high tech in the Silicon Valley. And at that time, I would keep looking for an avenue to learn yoga in a holistic way to find balance in my life. But it was very hard at that time. Finally, I came across the teacher's certification with Yoga Bharati Institute of S. Vyasa, where I got to learn the entire philosophy and true meaning of yoga. Now, what is yoga? There is a common understanding of yoga that most people have, especially in the West. It is about the asanas, the postures. It is popular as a form of workout or exercise. It increases the flexibility of the body, and people see it as path to get fit. Now, while all this is right in a way, this is rather a limited understanding of yoga. Yoga is the science of ancient India that has stayed alive through centuries, and people who practice it are known as yogis. For them, it is not simply a physical but a deeply spiritual practice that creates inner transformation, a way to increase awareness. They see it as a way of life, a path to achieve moksha or liberation. It gives a deeper understanding of self to face life's challenges. Now, when we say yogis, we think of people who have renounced everything and gone to Himalayas. But most of us don't want to and can't do that. However, we can still get the deeper benefits of yoga while continuing to live in the society. And that's what we are going to talk about today. Yoga is union. The field of yoga is very vast and deep. It has the potential to bring a sense of inner peace, balance, and bliss within us and global harmony around the world. For that, we need to understand yoga more broadly. The word yog comes from the Sanskrit root word yujir, which means joining or union or connection. But union of what? Let's get into that. Now, here is a question for you. How do you feel when you visit such places in nature that you see on this slide? Now, we often wish to get away from our day to day busy lives to such locations. So, please type in chat your answer. Peaceful, yeah. Nature feels peaceful, blissful, happy, cool. Yeah, so we feel peace, serenity. There's also rejuvenation, and that's why we like to go to these places. Now, why does that happen? It happens because there's an abundance of energy in all these places. It exists in the collective of the natural elements, like millions of drops of water in an ocean, the huge number of trees in a forest and wood. And together, when they are in collective, we experience that energy, that power to heal, to rejuvenate, to bring peace. Now, this energy is called universal consciousness. Universal life force energy exists everywhere in all beings as well. And this is the creative energy of the universe, also called as divine. It has power to create, to heal, to rejuvenate, to offer intuitive wisdom. That is why when we go in nature, we feel creative sometimes. We get clarity. We go to clear our mind. And that's why even we find it easier to connect to this energy in nature because there we have less thoughts. We stay in present moment. Now, what if we can always be connected to this energy, no matter where we are, even when we are not in the nature. Is that possible? Yes, it is. Because within each one of us is the essence of this universal consciousness in the form of individual consciousness called soul. Now, soul is integral and eternal part of our being. It is the micro representation, the element of universal energy. Thus, soul has all those unlimited powers of creativity, love, peace, and wisdom lying within each one of us. Yet, we are not aware of them. We keep searching for these things outside, and they stay hidden in many layers of our being. But once we become aware, we have the self realization that we are powerful eternal soul. That is when we start to feel the all the benefits, all the power. Yoga enables this union of our soul, our individual consciousness with the divine, the universal consciousness, that connection. Yoga is actually our journey inward to uncover these layers that then ultimately we can connect to our soul to feel the bliss. So, what do we mean by journey inward? And what are all these layers of our being? The first is the physical body, the matter, in its form of organs, bones, muscles, cells, tissues. Most of the people, we are all aware, and we mostly associate ourselves with the physical body. The modern medical science is primarily based on measuring the parameters of the body. And this is our body consciousness. Second is our energetic or physiological layer. It is more subtle. We can feel it to some extent with our breath, also called prana, that flows within us. Now, this energy flows through channels called nadis and is governed by energy centers called chakras. Now, some of us may have heard these terms, but most of us are not aware of the nadis and chakras and what goes on there. But they have a big role to play in our inner and outer life. We'll touch on these more later in our session. Third is our mental layer. It is even more subtle for us to feel. It includes our emotions, our thought patterns. Now, this is very important layer. As per yoga, it is the root cause of majority of our problems that we face within ourselves and around the world. Fourth is the intellect. It comes from knowledge and helps us build our wisdom, intuitive intelligence. But it needs to be also directed properly. And finally, is our soul, our inner being, the soul which is eternal and full of bliss, to which most of us are not aware on a day to day basis. Now, all these five dimensions are interrelated. When they are in disharmony, we have disease, dissatisfaction. The science of yoga is about working in, not working out. It is about becoming aware of all these layers to bring harmony, to ultimately connect with that inner soul on a regular and ongoing basis, and to unite ourselves ultimately with the universal consciousness, with the divinity. So, amongst this, the mental layer plays a key role to progress inward and becomes one of the major breakthroughs which we have to undertake, and hence has a huge emphasis in the holistic practice of yoga. Now, mental health issues are rising in our society. Majority of the doctors' visits originate from factors like stress. The modern science is researching the effects of stress in our lives. This importance was known to ancient yogis. Sage Patanjali, the father of yoga, therefore defines the practice of yoga as Chitta Vritti Nirodha. Chitta is our awareness. It is the eye of our soul, and it travels wherever the mind thinks or feels. And our mind is constantly busy. We now commonly hear the term monkey mind. Vrittis are these fluctuations of the mind encompassing our thoughts, our emotions, our mental patterns that bring out certain behavior within us, that bring out sometimes the restlessness within us. And Nirodha means to still. So, the central objective of yoga is to still these vrittis, these fluctuations of the restless mind, make our chitta, our awareness strong and steady so that it can see the pure soul within, remove all the clouds that come in the way, and can feel that divinity within us. Now, how do we do that? We do that through the practice of meditation. Through meditation, we increase our awareness of everything that is happening within us. We get to observe our sensations, our thoughts, our emotions in a neutral way, and over time, slowly settle them, still them, to uncover our true nature, our true potential. Now, this does not happen overnight. It requires regular and daily practice. And therefore, the science of yoga, meditation is integral and one of the most important aspects of our inward journey. This is nicely outlined in the holistic path of Ashtanga Yoga. Ashta means eight and Anga means limbs. Ashtanga Yoga is the classical holistic path outlined by Sage Patanjali that helps us go inward through the approach of self discipline. It systematically influences all our inner layers that we talked about. We see a visual here, but note that these are not all necessarily sequential steps. All of these 8 practices of the Ashtanga Yoga become part of a holistic routine. In interest of time, we'll not go into all of these in too much detail, but it is helpful to understand the overview. The first is yamas, which describe moral don'ts. The next is niyamas, which describe the disciplined conduct. And together they protect and make the soul stronger from our karmas and our actions. Asanas are the poses to make the body strong, with the main aim is to be steady for meditation. Pranayam is regulating the breath. And while there are several exercises that help, the pranayam, the regulation of breath, also happens naturally when we begin to meditate. Pratyahar is withdrawal of our senses from the outward world to look inward and to start seeing our own faults. Dharana is concentration. Now we start to steady the awareness so that we can practice meditation. So we can start to become aware of the fluctuations of our mind. Dhyana is the meditation where we observe and still our vrittis. And as this meditation, then once we start to become aware and we start to focus and concentrate, the dhyana, the meditation happens. It happens naturally, ultimately to achieve the state of samadhi, the oneness that we just talked about, the union of the soul with the universal consciousness. The simple takeaway for today from all of this is that there is a lot more to yoga beyond the asanas. The asanas surely help the body, and I practice them also regularly. But it is only one aspect of the practice. It is like eating appetizer, and the main course, the main nutrition is the dhyana. The dhyan yoga, the meditation is integral to doing yoga, and through meditation, we are able to achieve the true benefits of the calmness, the bliss, and opening up to our unlimited potential, our purpose. Now comes the practical questions. Many people have told me that, oh, they cannot do yoga because they are not flexible enough. It is not the practice for them. As you can see, yoga is not about training the body. It involves training the mind. And so anyone can meditate, anyone can do yoga. Also, people may feel overwhelmed by all these 8 steps and how we can do holistic yoga in our busy lifestyle. Fair point. We don't have to. Just as we start including meditation, we'll start breaking those deeper benefits of yoga that it has to offer for our society, for ourselves. And mind is involved in everything we do, every decision we make every interaction we have. And yet, we don't tend to it regularly and proactively. We think a lot about what we eat for the body, whether we exercise or not. But for the mind, are we thinking enough? Modern science has been researching the benefits of meditation extensively to validate the findings that it improves health, it deepens social connections, it enhances productivity. Meditation completes our practice of yoga. If you cannot do asanas, that is okay. If you're doing asanas, that is also okay. But do include meditation in your day. Many celebrities and executives are realizing and taking advantage of meditation. So can all of us, even if we are busy in our lives. Now, the $1,000,000 question is which meditation practice? I have explored several meditation practices and they have all helped me. I have been doing this for more than a decade. In 2018, I came across Himalayan Samarpan Meditation and it has been transformative for me. It has been the one that has stayed and I have been able to sustain. It allowed me to take care better for my body. I feel now less worried about my kids. I feel more calm and peaceful. I could experience these benefits on a day to day basis for my life as a householder, as a common person. I could feel more positivity, acceptance, and love in my heart, and less regret of past and more hope for future. It is a simple, effortless practice that is taught for free all over the world without any restriction to religion, nationality, color, or gender. And therefore, as a holistic health practitioner, it became easier for me to share it with others. So today, we are excited to share this with all of you. And now I would like to invite Rahul to talk more about Himalayan Samarpan meditation and how it enables soulful yoga beyond the asanas. Over to you, Rahul.
Hello, everyone. I'm so happy to join everyone today. I'm Rahul, living in California, and I was introduced to Himalayan Samarpan meditation 4 years ago by my wife. And until that time, I had tried a few different meditation practices, but I wasn't able to sustain and continue them. So I thought this would be yet another practice that I would not be able to keep up. So I was not too keen on it. But seeing her experience, I was motivated to start as well. And I was actually surprised at how simple it was to incorporate in my daily life and keep it going. So I'll share some of my experiences as we go forward. So before we understand what Himalayan Samarpan meditation is, let us first learn where it has come from. As we know, many spiritually inclined people feel a pull towards the Himalayas. They feel attracted to the Himalayas. And they continue to live there as yogis, monks, and sages. They don't return back to society. So the practice of Samarpan meditation has been maintained by these yogis and sages for over 800 years, being passed from guru to disciples, who are in turn authorized to pass it further. Now, the sages recognized that it is important for everybody in society to learn about this practice and find a life of peace. Now, people in society, all of us, we are not going to leave everything and go to the Himalayas, but we still want to figure out how do we face the challenges that come as part of life. Hence, the sages chose a person to be their medium to transfer their knowledge and bring this knowledge to all of us in society. So, Samarpan meditation has a deep history of over 800 years in the Himalayas. So, who is the medium that was chosen by the yogis and sages? They chose a family man, a householder, someone who is part of society and everybody can relate to, but someone who was deeply spiritually inclined from an early age. And that person, that medium is His Holiness Shree Shivkrupanand Swami. In fact, this was the name that was given by the Himalayan gurus. So Swamiji spent over 16 years in the Himalayas, learning from many different gurus the practice of yoga and Samarpan meditation. And he was guided to come back to society with the mission to teach this practice to the masses. So now let's look at the word Samarpan. The simple meaning is to submit or let go. But let go of what? All the things that lead to disappointment, frustration, negativity in our life. These things are ego, expectations, attachment, thoughts and regrets of the past, or anxiety or worry about the future. These are the things that take us up and down on the roller coaster of life. To truly understand the spirit of Samarpan, look at the images on the right. Imagine the young one of a monkey and the young one of a cat. The young one of a monkey has to make a lot of effort to hold on to the mother monkey while it jumps from one place to another. On the other hand, the young one of a cat, the kitten, surrenders itself to the mother cat with faith, while the cat takes it from here to there, wherever it needs to go. So when we sit for meditation, we have to be like the kitten. Just let go, sit in silence, and we don't have to take any active effort. We have no expectation about even how our meditation should happen. And we don't judge ourselves by that. And slowly, this practice of letting go helps us in our day-to-day life. Now, an important concept in Samarpan meditation is that we are not a body, but we are a soul. And this concept made a big difference for me. I'll share a little story. I love to snack on junk food, all the Indian savory and sweet snacks. And I had also been trying to lose weight for a number of years. So you can imagine the roller coaster that I was going through, every New Year resolution and all of that. But this understanding that I am a soul versus just understanding myself as a body made me question my food habits. I realized that I was eating for pleasure, and not because I needed to. And that slowly started to make a shift. Now, in the first year that I was practicing Samarpan meditation, 30 minutes every day, I lost 30 pounds. And this was during COVID when gyms were closed. And I did not cut out carbs or cut out sugar. And that was just surprising for me. I was being very aware and mindful of why I was eating, what I was eating, and that made a big difference. Now, at the start of meditation, we chant the mantra, I am a holy soul, I am a pure soul. We chant this 3 times. It is a simple mantra, but it affirms to us of our existence as a soul, more than our body, beyond our body. And mantras have a powerful effect, and their effect multiplies also based upon large numbers of people chanting it over a long period of time. So the Hindi version of the mantra, मैं एक पवित्र आत्मा हूं, मैं एक शुद्ध आत्मा हूं, that has a lot of power accumulated over time. So chanting helps us go inward and let go of our body consciousness with the affirmation that we are a soul. Let go of who we are, our identity, what religion or what country we come from, but even let go of whether we are a man or a woman. Let go of any labels. We like to just apply these labels to ourselves. I'm like this or I'm not like that. No labels. We let go of our biases. And this actually allows us to truly connect with ourselves, be one with ourselves, and connect with others too at a soulful level, and just helps build deeper, meaningful relationships. So just recognize we are a soul. This is our true identity. And that's what we mean by increasing our soul consciousness or our soulfulness. And once we connect with our soul, the true wisdom and guidance starts coming from within. And that is why in Himalayan Samarpan meditation practice, there are no rules, no regulations. There are no do's or don'ts. Because do's and don'ts that are imposed from the outside only have a temporary effect, like my weight loss roller coaster. But when we are guided by our inner wisdom, our inner power, that is when true change happens, which is lasting. And that's the true path to peace. So we are not just going to talk, we are going to practice meditation now for 15 minutes. We will play a meditation track. The meditation track will have the soul mantra, so you can chant along. It will be in Hindi, followed by English. Sit comfortably with your back straight. If possible, it's best to sit on the floor, but if not possible, you can sit on the chair. Remove your shoes, keep your feet flat on the ground. Place your right hand on the top of your head, on the crown of your head, and slowly rotate clockwise 3 times. Chant the soul mantra 3 times with a lot of feeling. I am a holy soul. I am a pure soul. You will hear this in the track, so you can follow along with it. It will be in Hindi and followed by English. Now, place your hands on your lap with palms facing upwards and keep your awareness on your crown, on your top of the head, and meditate with no expectations. And it's no need to chant the mantra during meditation. We only chant it in the beginning. So just be in the present, be aware of the spiritual experiences that you get, what you feel. Just observe. Okay? So let's play the track and let's meditate for 15 minutes.
मैं एक पवित्र आत्मा हूँ। मैं एक शुद्ध आत्मा हूँ। मैं एक पवित्र आत्मा हूँ। मैं एक शुद्ध आत्मा हूँ। मैं एक पवित्र आत्मा हूँ। मैं एक शुद्ध आत्मा हूँ। I am a holy soul. I am a pure soul. I am a holy soul. I am a pure soul. I am a holy soul. I am a pure soul.
हे परमात्मा, हम सभी पवित्र आत्माएं आपको हृदय से प्रार्थना करते हैं कि सारे विश्व में शांति हो, सारे विश्व के आत्माओं की आध्यात्मिक उन्नति हो एवं सर्वांगीण उन्नति हो। यही हम सब आत्माओं की शुद्ध इच्छा है।
O Almighty, we pure souls pray from our hearts that let peace prevail in the whole world. Let all souls of the world achieve spiritual and all-round progress.
Let's take 10 seconds to come back. How is everyone feeling? Feel free to share in the Zoom chat anything you felt, any experience. Felt restless in the beginning, but then it was suddenly calm. Okay. There's no right or wrong. Peaceful, very quiet, calm, feel good. Okay. Energy pulsing through my body. Okay. Yeah, very nice. So we have all these experiences, different sensations, different feelings of energy. There is no right or wrong. And, none of these experiences are to be compared with anyone. They are individual, they are personal. And what we feel is because of energy flowing and shifting inside us. And it's not necessary that every time we sit to meditate, we will get the same experience. Because it will be different. It will be different depending upon our state, upon how we feel. And no right or wrong. And I can feel it right now myself in the way I'm speaking right now. I feel a difference in my voice, how I'm speaking right now. Just feel a lot more settled as compared to before our meditation. And so, as we heard earlier, we have an energy layer within us. So let's understand more and see what happens when we meditate. So we heard about this. There is an energy system. It comprises of chakras or energy centers and nadis or meridians. And the chakras are located along the spine. And the energy reaches the chakras through the nadis. Now, what energy? Now, you may have also heard about Kundalini energy, the Kundalini Shakti. This is the life force energy that all of us are born with. But it stays dormant at the base of the spine. And when we get into a meditative state, that's when this Kundalini energy gets awakened and it slowly starts rising upwards through the nadis. The chakras start getting energy, they get energized. So, for example, some people feel some sensations like, feeling like a cough coming on during meditation. So that is a sign of the throat chakra getting energized. Now, if you don't feel anything, but just feel good, just feel calm, that's also an experience. That's also a sign that the chakras are getting energized and we are tuning into the universal consciousness. Now, you might be wondering, why did we keep our right hand on the top of our head? Right? The crown chakra, or the top of our head, is the gateway to universal consciousness, which we heard about earlier. Now, you may have heard about practices that help focus between the eyebrows. This is the brow chakra. And those practices help you reach that sixth chakra, the brow chakra. But keeping our attention on the crown, we guide our Kundalini energy all the way up to the seventh chakra, the top of the head, and allow it to merge and receive universal energy. Now, we've all come across terms like self-realization, enlightenment, awakening. What do these words mean? What it means is that the dormant life force energy got awakened and merged all the way with the universal energy. This is the highest state of our spiritual journey. So the unique aspect of Himalayan Samarpan meditation is that it takes one to the pinnacle of the spiritual journey. Now, the topic of chakras is very vast. Each chakra relates to our physical, our social, and our emotional well-being, health, and harmony. For example, take the navel chakra. At a physical level, it governs our digestive process. At an emotional level, it governs our sense of fulfillment or the contentment that we feel. And at a relational level, it governs the relationship with the spouse. An imbalance in the navel chakra can result in an imbalance in any of these areas. So I hope this helps bring some context to what we experienced during meditation. So regular meditation starts strengthening our chakras, starts shifting the energy within us, balancing the chakras, and that's what helps us live in harmony in all aspects of our life, physical, social, relational. And that's how we get the full benefits of the 8 steps of yoga, or the Ashtanga yoga that we heard about earlier. So when the energy inside us shifts and balances us, it also gradually influences the energy around us. It affects our aura. Now, you may have heard about this term, aura. It is a bioelectromagnetic field around us, and it reflects the state of our energy flowing within us. Now, you may have experienced this. Sometimes when we are in the presence of some people, we feel very calm, we feel peaceful just by being in their proximity. It is because of their aura, because of their energy. Now, the examples we saw before, when we go to places in nature, beaches, forests, mountains, and so on, the energy in these places affects the energy inside us. So as we practice meditation regularly, our energy shifts, our aura starts to evolve, and that acts as a protection field around us. It also changes how we interact with other people around us, and we feel a sense of being at ease in our relationships, ease in our communications, no tension of any kind. So there is technology today called Kirlian photography that can capture our aura and show our energetic state. So if you see these images, they show Swamiji's aura over the years. And Swamiji says that his aura has developed after coming back from the Himalayas into society, living amidst his family, wife, children, grandchildren, but through his disciplined meditation practice of over 60 years. Now, look at the aura on the top left. That's from 2001. And the one in the center with the purple glow from 2016. So what this means is that by practicing Samarpan meditation regularly, all of us can shift our energy inside and outside ourselves, influence our aura, and bring the change within and around us. And that's the true lasting change. So Swamiji has been selflessly serving humanity for over the last 20 years by spreading the knowledge about the practice of Samarpan meditation and how yoga is very vast and beyond the asanas. His pure wish is to help people progress spiritually, because spiritual progress brings overall progress, as we've seen. And even more importantly, he wants everyone to become their own guru by connecting with their own soul and not depend on anybody outside of ourselves. Our soul has the potential to guide us, that inner wisdom. But first, we have to realize ourselves as a soul. That is the path of self-realization. And when each person realizes this and finds inner peace, that is the way to make the world peaceful, one soul at a time. And when we recognize that everyone is a soul and we connect with each other at a soulful level, that's when we become a true universal family. the vision of the Himalayan yogis, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, one world, one family. And yoga, in its true sense, in its complete sense, has the potential to unite humanity at a soulful level. So, this is the vision of the Himalayan gurus, and Swamiji sees himself as a channel, as a medium to carry out their mission. So, what comes next? So, I invite Yash to tell us about the practical steps we can take to live a soulful life. Yash, over to you.
Thank you, Rahul. Hello again, my name is Yash Shimpi, and I'm based out of New York City. Similar to Rahul, I was also motivated to begin meditation by seeing my wife practice daily meditation. And one fine fortunate day, Himalayan Samarpan Meditation became an integral part of my daily routine, and it has been going on for 6 years now. I'm delighted and very happy to discuss the next steps for all of us in this beautiful journey. So let's talk about the next steps. First of all, the most important point to remember and to note is come as you are. If you are someone who's already practicing yogasanas or you teach yogasanas, just incorporate Himalayan meditation as a part of your current practice. If you are someone who's completely new to yoga, take the first step with Himalayan meditation to create soulfulness in your life. Everyone can practice complete yoga with Himalayan meditation. You don't have to change anything. There's no lifestyle modifications, no dietary restrictions, no changes to any of your beliefs, just the addition of daily meditation. All you have to do is integrate 30 minutes of daily meditation in your life. And it's completely natural that when a new path presents itself, excitement and curiosity naturally arise. Many of you are here because of that curiosity. You might be wondering, does this meditation really help? Is this right for me? How can I trust something that is so new to me? And these questions are totally normal. Here's the exciting part. Look at this as an experiment. Just add 30 minutes of meditation to your daily routine and try this with an open mind for 45 days. Now, why 45 days? It's to give yourself enough time to experience. As you start meditating, initially, it's possible that you might find it challenging to find the right time or to sit still for 30 minutes or dealing with your thoughts that come up. But as you persist over these 45 days, you will have your own experiences. And these experiences are what will provide you the answers and validation that you seek. And they will guide you towards a life enriched with more peace and harmony. Your own experiments, your own discovery. That's very important for your own conclusions. So let's keep an open mind and dive in. And let's see where this journey takes you. So along with new meditations and new beginnings, sustaining that practice is very important. And that is where Himalayan meditation works its collective magic. When I followed other meditation practices before, and I have heard some other experiences as well, it felt like I was doing it all alone. And it felt like I was taking one laborious step at a time, going up a tall building. With Himalayan meditation, the experience is different. The collective meditations with other practitioners provided immense support and helped me stay consistent. It felt like going up the same tall building, but this time in an elevator with friends. And the journey becomes much more smoother and it becomes enjoyable because of the shared support and shared effort. For those of you here who enjoy running, you might be able to relate to this. Training for a half marathon, it can be incredibly tough doing it alone. But when you do the same thing with a group, it feels much easier. We all motivate each other, share the experience, and we celebrate the progress together. That is the power of collective practice. It makes the journey not only easier, but also a lot more fulfilling. And we've conducted similar workshops like this one before. People told us that 1 hour workshop is not enough. They would want more help to get started. And that is where we created a 45-day Soulful Yoga Challenge to handhold and support new people and embark on this journey together. So what exactly is this 45-day Soulful Yoga Challenge? Firstly, it's very important to note that this program along with all the workshops and all sessions with Himalayan Samarpan Meditation, they're always free for everyone. This Soulful Yoga Challenge, it's a 45-day program designed to support new meditators in establishing a regular meditation routine. The challenge aims to make the journey smoother and a lot more enjoyable. Now, there's 4 main components of this program. The first one is we create a dedicated WhatsApp group for all of the participants. In this group, we share 1 to 2 posts daily, which include Q&A, meditation reminders, and some inspirational content. This platform is strictly for supportive discussions, no forwards, no promotions. And this allows each of us to connect and engage with all the fellow participants. The second one is we meet over Zoom once a week to meditate together, to share valuable resources, discuss experiences, and address any questions that any participants have. Our first meeting is going to be this coming Sunday, which is the June 30th. These sessions provide a sense of community and collective support, and it makes the meditation practice more enriching. The third one is each participant has access to an experienced meditator for any specific one-on-one support, personal questions, or a personal experience sharing. And the fourth part is that throughout this challenge, we'll be sharing discourses on essential topics such as aura, chakras, and other important topics. These are shared as links to you so you can listen to them at your own pace. That will help you deepen your own understanding and enriching your own meditation practice. This 45-day challenge is designed to help every single person ease into regular meditation with collective support, personalized guidance, and valuable resources. We look forward to embarking on this journey together with you, making this meditation a joyful and sustainable part of your life. Now, like I said, previous participants have also gone through these challenges and programs, and they've really appreciated this program. They found it very helpful. We would like to share one experience of one of our past participants through the next video.
Hi, my name is Tammy. I'm from the San Diego, California area, and I've been meditating for the last few years. In the past, I've tried to incorporate meditation without lasting success because I struggle to meditate consistently by myself. So when I was introduced to the 45-day program, one of the aspects that was really helpful for me was the collectivity. I was on my own spiritual self-improvement journey, but I felt supported and I didn't feel like I was on my own. Some other things that I really appreciated about the program was the openness to questions, all the resources that were provided, and the real sense of community. With regular meditation, connecting more with universal energy, and starting to feel changes within myself, such as peace, increased clarity, calmness, and an overall sense of contentment, I started to view meditation not as something that I should be doing, but something that I wanted to be doing. It may be difficult to grasp the concept that something so simple can have such profound effects, but I can say from my own experience and from the countless experience of others that it's very true. So I invite you to consider the 45-day program, commit to the entire duration, and start to experience for yourself all the beautiful benefits of Himalayan Samarpan meditation.
Thank you, Tammy. And Tammy was one of our participants from one of the programs in 2022. Appreciate it. Now, as you all continue with this practice, you'll discover yourself becoming a part of a global community. This approach, it knows no barriers, not even age. Whether you are 7 years old or 70 years old, anyone can practice. And this has fostered a global community of all the practitioners. Himalayan Samarpan Meditation is also recognized by esteemed organizations such as the House of Lords UK Parliament, the Theosophical Society of London, and the Red Cross Society. Now, let's talk about how to join the 45-day challenge. So the link to join this 45-day challenge and the QR code is here on your screen, and we also posted the link in the chat. All you have to do is click on that link. It's a short form which will take less than 5 minutes to complete. If you have any questions about the challenge, please feel free to ask the questions in the chat, or you can contact the information that's provided over here. If you would also like to invite your friends, your family, or your colleagues on this challenge, we will be sharing a recording of this video later, so you can share the recording with them and they can then join the challenge together with you. We hope you all take this opportunity to explore and experiment with Himalayan Samarpan Meditation. The time is right now. It's 45 days, 30 minutes of daily meditation, which is 22 and a half hours. That's all it takes. And according to us, we feel that this is the best investment that we have made. Now, as we approach the conclusion of our workshop, I'd like to re-emphasize the importance of yoga. Yoga or yoga, it's all about union, about joining. And we just learned today that it is a profound practice that touches every aspect of our being. We understood how meditation is an integral part of yoga and how everyone can benefit by practicing it regularly. Himalayan meditation makes it easier to practice the daily meditation. The 45-day challenge and the collectivity makes it easier to continue and sustain the practice. The United Nations also acknowledges this ancient tradition for its holistic benefits. Just yesterday, the United Nations also celebrated the International Day of Yoga, and the theme for this year was Yoga for Self and Society. And everything we've covered today pertains to how Himalayan Samarpan meditation can bring harmony to yourself and to the society. One more thing to note about the International Yoga Day is Swamiji also shared a very important discourse on International Yoga Day yesterday. This discourse is live on YouTube, and we'll be sharing a link to that discourse along with the recording of this session. We shall now open the floor for any question and answers that you have. And we would, on behalf of everyone here, we would like to thank you for joining us. If you have any questions, please feel free to post them in the chat. So Rahul, I see one question that has been asked, which is, can you repeat the meditation instructions that you had initially shared? I'll pull up the slide, and Rahul, if you would like to go through the steps, please let us know.
Yeah, definitely. So, first is importantly to just sit comfortably. And if you can sit on the floor, cross-legged, that is great. But if not, you can sit on the chair, but make sure that your bare feet are flat on the ground. And then we keep our right hand on the top of our head, rotate it clockwise 3 times. And what happens is, wherever we place our hand, our attention, our chitta naturally goes there. So we do this to basically direct our attention, our chitta, our awareness to the top of our head. And then we slowly bring it down and keep the palms, both palms facing upward on our lap. And then we chant the soul mantra 3 times, as we did in the meditation track. The meditation track has both the Hindi version as well as the English version. And then we meditate. We don't need to chant the mantra continuously during meditation. We just keep our awareness on the top of our head. And yes, thoughts will come. Our mind doesn't stop working. So thoughts come. And the spirit of samarpan, or letting go, is really something that we can practice during meditation, is just observe. Let the thoughts come, but let's not jump on that thought bandwagon and let them go. And we just experience, observe what we are feeling and experiencing.
Beautiful. Thank you, Rahul. We have one more question that has come up, which is, where are the different centers to meditate in collectivity?
Yeah, I think we can share that information. There are centers all across the US in different time zones, and their information is on our website on a map and with contact information of the center heads and the area heads, and they can definitely provide more information about. Each center conducts a weekly meditation. For example, here in Orange County, there's a group of people who meet every Friday at a certain location, and we just get together, meditate for half an hour, just discuss anything or spiritual topics that may come up, and we disperse. So we just do that once a week, and so that's how a lot of other centers also conduct sort of weekly regular meditation, collective meditation practices, the importance of collectivity that Yash talked about.
Beautiful. Thank you. If you have any other questions, or if you have other questions after this session as well, you can always reach out to us at connect@samarpanmeditationusa.org. And we'll also be having, like I shared, as you join the 45-day challenge, you can always post your questions within that chat, and our team will be addressing those questions as well. Let's wait a few more moments if anyone has any questions. But for everyone else, thank you very much for joining us today. Again, the link to join the 45-day challenge is on your screens. And we look forward to seeing you in that program together. And with this collectivity, we can all continue to sustain our practice.
Yeah, Yash, I just want to call out this interesting comment from Mexico. And this person joined this program because they were able to find the aura images of Swamiji. And so, yeah, thanks for sharing that. That's very beautiful. And you can find information about aura and Swamiji's images. And, I mentioned Kirlian photography, and this is a technology that allows scanning of aura and creating those images. And, there is a whole report that was created about aura and Swamiji's aura, and then explanations about that. So that's also on our website. So, feel free to take a look at that.
Yeah, beautiful. Just checking if we have any other questions that have come up.
There's a question about what are the timings for the weekly meetings. They're not sure if they can make it to each one. So, Yash, you want to take that?
Yeah, so the timing for our weekly meetings, usually in the past programs, and what we do is we check a common time for all the practitioners, but usually for our past programs, the timings have been on Sundays at 11 a.m. Eastern time. So that's 10 a.m. Central and 8 a.m. Pacific time. So those are the usual timings. And for our first meeting on Sunday, we'll have the same timing. But that is where for all the practitioners, we want to make sure that everyone who joins is able to make majority of the meetings. And that is where we'll find a common time that would benefit all of us. But the first meeting is Sunday, the 30th of June, 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central, 8 a.m. Pacific. And we'll also be sharing the exact details, the meeting links, and how to join as you fill the form and as we start adding you to the WhatsApp group.
And I'll just add on to that, Yash, is yes, all of us have our lives and schedules and that we have to go about, and completely understand that you may not be able to make it to each and every meeting. But being part of the program, you're part of the group, you're receiving these resources, you're getting reminders to meditate by yourself on a daily basis. And so get into that routine of doing your own individual meditations. And then as when possible, join the weekly collective meetings so that at least gives you a lot more support than otherwise.
Beautiful. Just checking a few more comments or questions if there's any. Thank you for the presentation. Thank you everyone for joining. This was a great collectivity. This was, we thank you for your participation in the chat. We thank you for all the questions that you have asked. And as always, if you have any other questions, you can reach out to us at connect@samarpanmeditationusa.org, or as you register for the 45-day challenge, you will be added to the group, and we can always discuss question and answers there and when we meet weekly.
Wishing everyone lots of love and blissfulness, soulfulness as we take on, as we catch the momentum that has been created through the International Yoga Day. May soulful yoga and any practice that you resonate with bring spiritual progress, overall progress in your lives. Continue to explore, experiment, and enrich. Hope you can join us for the 45-day challenge, but if not, don't stop looking. We wish you all the best and lots of love and light.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yash, can we share many people want to share this recording with others. I'm also getting some messages here. So can we share the YouTube live link so people can just, would that have the recording on it?
Yes, our YouTube live should have the live session. Let me pull that up and share it here real quick. Give me 1 second. Get shareable link, and I'm posting that in our chat right now.
Shilpa, while Yash is doing that, do you want to take this question? How does meditation help in our spiritual journey?
Yeah, sure. So, as we were just discussing, when we meditate, we talked about the chitta vritti nirodha. So, our spiritual journey, for most part, is that self-realization for us to know and connect with our soul and recognize the divine power that it also has, to know that we are we are basically having the overall creativity built within us, the divinity that is within us. When we meditate, we are able to settle the vrittis, the restlessness of our mind, our thoughts, our emotions, and even some action. When we are meditating, we are allowing everything else that we typically do on a day-to-day basis to sustain life, to settle down. And that in that settling down, we are able to connect and realize that we are a soul. We recognize ourselves. That self-realization helps us with that spiritual journey, because ultimately the spiritual journey is about recognizing who we are. And once we recognize that, once we become aware and we realize that, that is when it starts to open up and show up in our life as well. That we realize that we are eternal soul, and so we are not so constantly worried about what will happen in future, because it doesn't we are not afraid of it. We are in more acceptance of anything that happens, because we know that everything that is happening is transient. It is not going to affect the soul within, which is so pure, holy, eternal, and full of bliss. We experience that inner joy that is not attached to any ego, because most of the times when we say we are happy, it comes from something that has happened externally in our lives, something good, something bad, and we are judging all the time. But we that judgment drops, because we are able to see things with just a more clarity, and realizing that it is all transient as part of this life process and life journey. But we take these topics, and actually during the 45-day challenge, those Sunday meetings, we delve more deeper into it. So if you are curious, I highly recommend that you join the 45-day challenge, because even the Q&As that we share give a lot of information and opportunity to self-discover and answer some of the curiosity that comes to our mind in the spiritual journey. If anybody wants to add, but hopefully that helped the answer for now.
That was beautifully covered. I do have a follow-up question in the chat for you. Can I do my meditation right after my yogasanas? And is there
Yes.
anything specific that I need to follow?
Yeah, so it is really, if you are into a practice of asanas and pranayam, try doing the meditation right after that, because you've already come to the doorstep of meditation. The asanas and pranayam help you already start to go inward. So if just time it in a way that you can incorporate, ideally the 30 minutes, because if you just do 10 minutes, it takes even some time for us to settle. So within those 10 minutes, there will be, very shorter duration when you are really meditative, when you can feel that, settling. So just adjust. That is what I did. I adjusted a little bit of my own physical practice so that I can incorporate those 30 minutes. I woke up a little early. I adjusted how I did my yoga and pranayam, and then made sure that I have the 30 minutes at the end to do the meditation practice. And that's a beautiful rhythm. Of course, I mean, for those who are not into that, that is also fine. Just meditating just by itself is, with Himalayan Samarpan meditation, is beautiful, and you will start feeling it. But if you have one, then try this routine, and that will be very nice if you can add it.
Yeah, and there are no routines to follow. There are no do's or don'ts. You continue your lifestyle. All of a sudden, you don't have to change any aspect of how you live your life, what you eat, what you believe. And so, yeah, there are no rules and regulations to follow.
And just in case for some reason in a day, if you missed doing the meditation, for the person who asked, after the yogasana and pranayam, don't feel that's, that's it. Like, because I couldn't do it that time, it didn't happen. That's okay, because, you had that short time, you did what you're, typically used to do. Find the 30 minutes some other time also. So don't make it such a hard and fast rule on yourself that you have to do it at that time. But if you incorporate, it will be a nice flow as well. So be flexible and experiment and see how you feel doing it together, doing it separately. Try both ways.
Beautiful. And we have a comment from Kalpana which says, encourage your near and dear ones to witness the bliss of meditation. Yes, and how you can do that is we'll be sharing the recording of this session and the link with you. So you can share that with your friends and family who you wish to join with you on this challenge. So you can do that challenge together with them. We'll be sharing those links and the recording after this call. We'll be staying on for a few more minutes, but if there's any other questions, please post them in the chat. Really appreciate all the questions coming in, all the comments that are coming in. Thank you very much for that. Okay, and I'll just pull up the contact sheet once again. If you have any questions after this session, please feel free to reach out to us. You have the contact details on the screen that you are seeing right now. You can always send us an email, send a text message, and we'll be happy to respond to those. So that, Shilpa, brings us to the conclusion of our workshop. There's no more questions that are coming up. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining. It has been a pleasure, and happy 10th International Day of Yoga for everyone across.
Yeah, yes, there is this question, recordings on YouTube. Do you have a link handy? Would we share it here, or
let me share the link here.
Yeah.
Link to YouTube. Here, I posted this here, and everyone who's registered will also get the link via email as well. A great way to look at that is on YouTube, Gurutattva International channel, you will find this recording, Soulful Yoga Beyond the Asanas. Have a wonderful weekend, everyone. Thank you. Do you have any more questions that we have to cover, Shilpa?
No, I just said there is also a small, tiny URL, just easier to remember. So added that. Thank you all so much for joining, and have a wonderful rest of the weekend.